Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I'm going to be talking about Cthullu Dark by Graham Walmsley. So, Cthullu Dark is a it is a free tabletop role-playing game that you can download today and play. And it's really here's the elements that are attached to it. So one, it's a game for Lovecraftian horror. So it's specifically designed to play Lovecraft type stories. Cthulhu, Arkham horror type stories, that kind of thing. And basically it's simple and it's free. Right? It's only 4 pages long. It's really, really well written, and it's very well designed. The whole game runs on 3 dice. One of them is your expertise. One of them is your sanity. And then I think one of them is just your abilities, your overall, physical abilities. And so it's very streamlined. It's very simple. There's a lot of insanity rolls in it where you either lose yourself or you don't. And if you die, you can just simply create a new character. Or there is the ability to play your crazy self for a very short period of time. It's like, the game really won't allow you to play yourself as a crazy person for long. I really like the idea of this because I have long been interested in Cthulhu games, but I've never played one. And the reason why is it's challenging to understand. I'm going to make a character, then that character's going to go crazy, and then all the time I invested in that character, what was all that for, right? So, however, I do know some very, very skilled tabletop role-playing game players who love Lovecraft tabletop role-playing game stuff. And so what I think what would be good to do with this specific game, with Cthullu Dark, it doesn't come with any adventures or anything like that, but Cthulhu games are pretty unpopular. I want to say that. They have a really small niche following. And so it would not be difficult to get one of the better adventures, for probably very cheap, if not free, right? And actually, you can get, so to get that, and then you could get a Cthulhu type adventure, and then use Cthullu Dark to run it. Cthullu Dark, that's another thing. I consider Cthullu Dark a rescue game. So what is a rescue game? A rescue game is a game where it is a really nice, tight, concise grouping of rules which you can use to run a rule set that's 100, 200, 300 pages long, right? And I think like Cthulhu 7th edition, the one that recently came out by Chaosium, I believe, or whoever picked it up from Chaosium. I've heard, a lot of people were excited about that game. It came out, and I heard quite a few people saying that there were significant problems with the rule set, right? But that game is built around Lovecraftian horror. So if you are getting an adventure, or if you even were able to get a hold of a 7th edition book for cheap, used, something like that, if you bought the PDF, that kind of thing, you could use these Cthulhu Dark rules to run a game of Cthulhu. You could be up and running in 1 or 2 days, play it on the week, get all the pieces, play it on the weekend, rather than studying it for a month and getting ready to run a Cthulhu heavy rule system. So I really love these super simple, super free tabletop role-playing games. Graham Walmsley really knocked it out of the park with this. Also, the way that I found out about this game was through John Harper's. John Harper recently did he's played over 200. He did a Twitter post that said he had played 246 tabletop role-playing games. He keeps a list. I keep a list as well. And he then did a redux of that, and he said, hey, here's all the stuff that's coming out that I'm excited about. Here's all the stuff that I've played that is available that you can get right now. And here's everything that I've played that is hard to get but was interesting, that is out of print and that you might have a hard time getting your hands on today. It's a really super fun list. I really enjoyed it. It's on a Google Doc, which makes it super accessible. It started as a Twitter feed. Now it's just a Google Doc, and it's really excellent. So John Harper is like a sommelier of tabletop role-playing games. You really should take a look at his list. Check it out, and one of the best ones on there that's accessible today. You could download it today, you can read it today, and you can play Cthulhu this weekend, is Cthulhu Dark by Graham Walmsley. Really fantastic game, highly recommended. Take care.